So we're going to a slightly longer one. I'm almost home now. So before I return the car, I just want to talk about the Tata Safari that I've been driving today. First things first, this is a very good looking car. I mean, the Harrier is a good looking car, but Pratap's done a great job with this car, with the step roof, the signature Safari lines. Great job. It's a good looking car, which is, it has road presence. It's a nice car to drive also, and I've not really gone out on the highway or a few high-speed roads inside Delhi, but it's definitely a car that feels nice to drive. In the sense, ride is very comfortable even on bad patches of road, and handling isn't bad. I mean, it's a big SUV, so I may not push it into a corner very hard, but it definitely handles better than some other Tata cars I have driven in the recent past, at least for an early build Tata car. I always feel that Tata doesn't always get it perfectly right at the very first attempt. But then again, this is evolution of the Harrier, and it's much better to drive this early Safari than it was to drive an early version of the Harrier. Beyond that, I've been stopped a few times on the road with people asking me, "Gaadi kaisi hai?" blah blah blah. And when they're looking at it, they're very impressed with this panoramic sunroof you see at the back. I mean, the interiors of this car are really nice. Many guys are saying it looks very luxurious, and I tend to agree with them. The white upholstery does make give the car element of class. Now, I do not know how the upholstery and the white upholstery in particular will age. That's a very open question. I'm not a big fan of light color upholsteries all the time, because India is a dusty and dirty country, so it tends to. So again, these are first drive impressions. These are not long-term ownership impressions. So don't take things as how the car is going to age. I know people have had issues with cars aging poorly in the past. The other comment that I heard a lot from people on the road, and these are not auto reviewers, they were saying, okay, how is the car, blah blah blah, but they were saying 4x4 nahi hai. Why is there no 4x4? Tata Motors at the launch conference said quite clearly that they felt there was no need to launch a 4x4 on this car. I tend to agree with that at a level. I mean, it's got terrain response over here. You can go to regular road, which I'm driving on right now. You also got wet road, and you got rocky road, which sort of adjusts the traction control system to make sure this car always has traction. But most people do not buy 4x4 for reasons other than show. मेरे पास 4x4 है. Using a low range 4x4 is rare actually. I mean, there are very few conditions where you as an owner or a driver would really use low range 4x4, unless you're actually going off-roading. And I mean, there are a lot of guys who like going off-roading, and the guys who like going off-roading with their families in large cars. I mean, for example, I really like the Ford Endeavour and what the Ford Endeavour can do off-road. I agree with Tata Motors' decision, but maybe some of the Safari fan base, the old Safari fan base, would want Tata Motors to have a 4x4 option. So let's see how that works out. This again is only available with the 2-liter Cryotech engine. Now, this engine in my case is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is quite nice. I mean, I've really enjoyed driving this car with this gearbox. Not something I really feel is, not anything complain about. Genuinely, it's a very pleasant car to drive. It's a very pleasant car to have. Its interiors look good. I mean, the white interiors and the panoramic sunroof and the quarter glass at the rear give it a very, it's a very nice glass effect inside the car. The infotainment system screen on this car is a bit wider than before, even though the overall screen you see on Apple CarPlay is quite small. They can go a bit wider over here, but I like the butterfly sort of wing sort of effect they've done with the floating island over here, with the panel, with everything, the gloss, the piano gloss they have on, excuse me, yeah, the piano gloss they have on the complete cluster is nice. The car looks nice. It genuinely looks and feels nice. Again, I repeat the fact that yes, I do not know how this car will age. I do not know what issues you will have. But Tata Motors has been getting their things right of late. So it's definitely a car you should give a drive to. And I'm pretty sure you'll like it. So yeah, quick thoughts. Let me know what you think in the video. Thanks so much. Bye.